You know, we're excited because M Teresa, Emmy Studios, the M's just shit,
Yes.
just come together, baby.
Good.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, we are so good. Just put M in front of everything you say from now on. You know?
That's right. It works for optimal Google.
Yeah, there you go. I would say I'm super excited. I wish I'll do a little montage. You know, like, and we're back from the montage where I'll show you the full view on the other side. We got, like, you know, gym equipment on the other side, which does work if somebody wants to work out. And we got a pool table in the middle. We got some games on the wall and some video games on the other side. Let's just say when Sebastian and Isabel, our 7 and 4-year-old, when they come to the studio, they're like, we want to go to work. Papa, I will vacuum. And, you know, Isabel's like, I will help. They just want to come down here. They don't.
They want to play.
They think this is a playroom, so I have to remind them, like, no.
It's amazing.
So we're excited, yeah. And if you are wherever you are, if you're in New Jersey, we're waiting for you. We'd like to put you right in here and get some interview for you. But let me go back to you. You traveled and you've done so much. From a spiritual standpoint, usually going through different cultures and different ways of life, you either feel inspired, empowered, enlightened, or there's question marks about your belief system. Where are you?
You know, we all have filters. We all go into situations from where we are at that moment, right?
Yep.
And so we have certain beliefs of the way things should be. And you enter a space and you realize that their filters are not your filters. And somehow you have to communicate. And then it goes back to what you said. I'm curious. If you stay in a space of curiosity as opposed to a space of judgment, you learn so much. You know, I've been trying to do all of this philanthropy in Kenya, and I was having all of these problems. And then I finally sat down and I said, okay, what is causing this? And it was because I wasn't being curious. I was being a freaking American that was judgmental, that was saying, you need this. Who am I to say what they need?
Yeah.
Right? You got to ask, what do you need? What are your goals? And then share with them what you think. Because if you do that, you've opened them up to not being, you know, imposed upon, but to embrace in partnership.
100%.
And that, it wasn't a huge lesson because I would do it, but then I'd forget. I'd go back into like these patterns of I know better. And it goes back to childhood from being an immigrant and trying to protect, right? Because you want to be in control of everything. But the truth is, the divine is in control over what we're doing, and everything is happening for a purpose. And once you figure that out, things start flowing.
It's funny. We were doing a launch for a company that we have a smart contract with, and the launch was to launch Africa as a market. And you know, we're having conversations about, like, you know, hey, you got to understand there's a cultural difference. When you do a flyer, don't put, you know, 8 p.m. Put 2000. You know, like there's a cultural difference in there. And the conversation ultimately shifted of, you know, how should I address the community? What should I, you know, which is important. And the only thing that I brought up was just don't try to be the hero. And what do you mean? I'm like, in many cases, when we try to launch a market, that we have been programmed to think that, hey, you're lower than us in economic status or in education and whatnot, we start to think like, hey, I am the savior that you've been waiting for.
Right.
And I'm like, just talk to the market however you're talking to me right now, however you're talking to you right now. Like, you don't have to be like, okay, so what we're gonna do for you. I'm like, well, no, why do you change your tone? Just maintain who you are.
No, I have to share this. This is really funny, and you can keep it in, cut it out, do whatever.
You go.
So I went to my first Kenyan wedding, I think last September. Yes, last September. And they told me 10 a.m. I was in the Masai Mara, that's where all the animals are. I hopped on a propeller plane because I'm like, I'm going to my first wedding. I'm all decked out. 10 a.m. I get to the wedding. There are 3 people at this wedding. There is Mzungu time, which is white time, and then there is Kenyan time.